What do you know of communication, language, and linguistic? What are their differences and how are they related to one another? My answer is, based on what I've read, communication can be defined as the process of conveying message from a sender to a receiver by using symbols. Thus, communication has three forming components, namely the sender of the message, the message, and the recipient. Basically, humans communicate by using two means of communication. They are language and sign. Language is a method for a system of communication by humans to communicate meanings or message from thoughts and feelings, which contrast constructive from conventionalized elements on a symbol such as sounds, words, process, sentence, and also meaning. And linguistic is a study which is simply focused on exploring about language theoretically, refers to what linguists say about language, and scientifically probably refers to what research have found about language. How are they related to one another? Is language is a tool of communication. Linguistic studies language scientifically, and communication is the broader concept that includes both language and other non-verbal methods. Second, question number 2. Do you agree with this statement? When discussing about phonetics, then the most important thing to do is to have proper understanding on phonetics. Please explain your answer with reason. Yes, I do agree with this statement. When discussing about phonetics, then the most important thing to do is to have proper understanding on phonetics, because when we will discuss about phonetics, then the most important to do is to have a proper understanding of phonetics, at least in terms of its definition and concept. If our understanding phonetics is good, then we will discuss it properly. However, if our understanding is limited, then we'll discuss it improperly. Therefore, to start discussing phonetics, then we should clearly what phonetic is. Number 3, do you agree with saying that student needs to learn definition derived from a variety of online search on the internet and the ones from the linguistic? Please explain your answer. My answer is yes, I do agree with that. Students should learn from both online searches and linguists, because reason number 1 is better understanding linguistics is give detailed explanation, and the second is different views. Linguistics focus on details while online search more practical. Comparing them give a complete picture. And the reason number 3 is think better. Looking at different sources helps students think and compare better. And number 4, stay updated. Online search are updated often, so students learn from the less information and easy to apply. Using both helps students understand phonetics more clearly and completely. And the second, number 4, my answer is phonetics. From this dictionary.com, phonetics is the science or study of speech sounds and their production, transmission, including their analysis, classification, and transcription. The definition shows that phonetics is about understanding how speech sounds are made, heard, and studied. And linguistic is from Peter Lev Goethe. Phonetics is about the speech sounds that occur in the language of the world, how these form patterns can change in different situations. This definition emphasizes that phonetic studies all sounds from any language and how they work together. And the next is question number 5. What do you know of speech sounds? Please explain your answer and give example. Speech sounds are the sounds produced when someone speaks in a particular language. So speech sounds is basically sounds that come out of a person's mouth when they speak, representing their spoken language. For example, in the word book, there are three sounds: B, U, K. Here, B representation the letter B, U represents the sound of O, and K represents as the letter K. It's important to understanding that speech sounds are not the same as the letter used to spell words. They are about what we hear, not the letters we use to write words. For instance, in the word phone, the problem is, how can we accurately record or write down these sounds? The answer is by using a system that is different from the regular alphabet. It's IPA. This system was created in 100 So the point is, speech sounds are the sounds we hear when we speak, not the letters used to write words. And to write them down correctly, we use symbols. And the next question is, how would somebody record, write down, transcribe, and distinguish between the song in our hearing communication? To record, write down, and tell apart the speech sounds we hear, we use something called the International Phonetic Alphabet, IPA. The IPA is a special set of symbols to accurately represent sound from all language, which are recording sound. We can record people speaking using audio devices or by writing the symbol using IPA symbols. The second is writing down or transcribing. Instead of regular letters, IPA use special symbols to show the actual sounds what we hear. For example, the word book is written as book in IPA. And the third is telling apart sounds. IPA help us tell the difference between similar sounds. For example, sheep and sheep sound different because of I and E and I. And the fourth is using IPA cards. The IPA cards show all the symbols for sounds and help us figure out how and where the sounds are made in the mouth. Basically, the IPA is like a universal code for sounds that makes it easy to write down and understand speech sounds from any language. The question number 7. What do you know of speech organs? Explain your answer and example. Speech organs are the part of body that used to produce the speech sounds. They help us shape the air that comes from our lungs into meaningful sounds for communication. Speech organs are also known as articulators, and they define into two types. The first is active articulators. These are the part of that move to produce sounds. Example, song, the most important active articulator. It can move in different directions and shape to create sounds. For example, T and D are made when the tongue touches the alveolar lower lip. It moves to the teeth. And the second is passive articulators. These are the part that do not move to help produce sound when active articulators come in contact with them. Example, teeth, like, and the last question, what do you know of speech sounds production? Please explain your answer. Speech sounds production is the process of making sound using different parts of the mouth, throat, and lungs, known as articulators. It involves two main types of sounds, consonant and vowels. Thank you.